So what causes prints to lift from the build plate, and how do you stop it from happening? The obvious answer is usually a dirty build plate. So make sure you clean this first. The other adjustments can be made in your slicer, so you'll need to go into the individual filament settings. And here you'll be able to increase your print bed temperature, which is another leading cause of warping. So locate the build plate type you're using, and you can increase the temperature of the initial layer and other layers by 5 to 10 degrees Celsius. The next possible culprit is the fan speed, in particular the aux fan, especially on enclosed printers like the P1S. The default 70% fan speed is actually quite aggressive and can cause warping on its own, which is really annoying. So I would recommend turning this down, or you can also turn it off completely if you want. You can do this by setting the fan speed to 0. You can save these settings as a filament preset if you want. You can make these adjustments on your printer directly if you've already started the print, such as here on a P1S or here on an A1/A1 Mini, or even in the Bambu Handy app in the Devices tab. If you click on View All in the printer section here, you can now adjust nozzle or heat bed temperatures, and you can also control the fan speeds, so you can turn down or turn off the aux fan whilst printing. You can also print a deflector for the aux fan, which more or less solves this issue on its own. I printed one, I found it to be really handy. The last thing you can do is add a brim to your model. So in the Others tab, by default it's set to Auto, but you can change this to Outer Brim. And then after slicing you can see this brim on the perimeter of your model, which increases the contact area of your print with the build plate, so reduces the chance of warping. You can add the brim to individual objects in the Objects tab if you prefer. There is another type of brim however, which is the brim ears, which you can see the option for here. So if you click Auto Generate Points, you can see it adds little brim points to the corners of the model. You can increase the size of these brim ears too. As you can see, there's this pop-up to say you need to change the brim type to painted for these to work. So you can either click here or do it manually. The corners of a model are usually the most susceptible to warping, so these corner brims are much more efficient than a whole brim. And then after slicing you can see the brim ears on each corner of your model. Hopefully these methods will fix any warping issues you're having with your prints. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you like and follow for more 3D printing tips and tutorials.